Okay, as we discovered when we were solving equations, and again at the end of part 1 of inequalities, sometimes you lose your variable, and that makes a special situation. So on number 6 and 7, go ahead and solve them. Don't worry about filling in the things at the bottom, but solve both of them and decide if it's true or false for each one of those. And then turn back on the video, and we'll discuss the bottom fill in the blanks. So in number 6, -3 is not greater than 12, so that's a false statement, so there are no solutions. Now in number 7, -2 is definitely less than 7. It's a true statement. So since the inequality -2 is less than or equal to 7 is true, all real numbers are solutions. So number 7 and 8 are solving real-life problems. So in order to solve these, we first need to take some time and read them. Over on the left-hand side where it says solving real-life problems, go ahead and write broccoli below that. That is a real-life problem. And then I want you to read all of number 7, including A and B, and look over the little picture. So pause your video and do that, and then come back and we'll discuss the strategies. Okay, so in this, our question is how many $20 bills can we withdraw? So for the bills, let's just put that as N for the number of bills that we can withdraw. So N is going to represent the number of bills. Now, we can also see on here that our current balance is $320, but our account balance cannot go below. So without going below $100. So our account balance has to be greater than or equal to $100. It cannot drop below. So now to figure out how much we can withdraw from it to write our inequality to use later, we're going to say, okay, we have $320 minus the bills are all worth $20 times however many of them we can do. But this whole thing still has to be greater than or equal to $100. Okay, so then it says, can we withdraw 12 bills? Well, the only way to know that is to solve this and see what the inequality looks like. So go ahead and pause your video again, and I want you to solve our inequality and answer the question, can we withdraw 12 bills, and then justifying why or why not. There were several ways that you could approach answering letter B. The first way I approached it was I just solved my inequality, and it told me that my number of bills had to be less than or equal to 11. So I could have stopped right there and said my justification for this being no is that my number of bills has to be less than or equal to 11. Or I could have just done a test and check. That would work just as well, where I just plugged in 320 minus 20 times 12 bills and check to see if that was really greater than or equal to 100. And when I simplified that, I came down to 80 is greater than or equal to 100, which is false, which means no. So either solution would work. Okay, so as we go and look at number 8, in order to really do number 8, again, you need to take a moment to read it and study it. So go ahead and read it and study it. Pause your video for a moment and then come back and we'll discuss it. So in order to do number 8, we need an average score of at least 90 points. So when it says at least, we can't have an average score of 80 because that's not at least 90. So we need 90 or better. So greater than or equal to 90. So our mean score has to be greater than or equal to 90. Well, mean is just an average. So we're going to take an average of number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and then 5 is our unknown. But we're going to add that unknown, so let's just make that an X. That's our unknown score value, and we're going to average it together. So when we're averaging 5 scores, we're going to divide by 5. So go ahead and pause your video. See how far you can get on this one. See if you can get to the answer and then turn it back on and check your answer. So any scores equal to or above 98 will let you advance to the next round.